What's up, Honda community? Once again, back to the second half of this video. So, Friday, I'm off work, thinking everything's going to be great. Weekend got off to a bad start. Supposed to have a 3-day weekend off. Weekend got off to a bad start. I got a couple of medications, 3 medications that I've been on for about 15, 16 years. I'm not going to bore you guys to death, but it's shit that I have to have. It ain't aspirin, okay? It's not a headache. I have to have this shit to continue to be able to exist amongst you guys, evidently, because I haven't been able to find another route, and Lord knows I've tried. But one of the things that sucks about one of the particular medications is every couple of years, insurance company decides they don't want to cover it no more. The price of it when they don't cover it is hundreds of dollars, and I have to change me to another generic. It happens every 3 or 4 years, and it's a pain in the ass, and it's always just a big downer. Well, that happened to me again on Friday. I go to show up, and they're like, "Hey, do you know how much this medication is?" I'm like, "Yeah, $30." I'm like, "Nope, $315." So that leads to a long conversation with my insurance company, which leads up to them telling me, "Oh yeah, by the way, we don't cover that anymore. We decided not to cover that anymore. We were gonna have to cover one of 2 generics." Can you fuckers give me an idea which one you're gonna cover, please? Okay, I've been on this shit 16 years, please. And I'm trying. I probably should get off this topic. I'm trying not to get heated about this. It's just pharmaceuticals in the United States of America is the biggest crime committed amongst us all in this country, in my opinion. Unfortunately, for a guy like me, I don't have any choice. I gotta have it. So it is what it is. I'll try not to go any deeper than that. But anyway, ended up, going, home without any medication, not covered. After, being on something daily for 15, 16 years, you start worried about your health. You start worried about, well, they found an alternative. So I was having a bad day. I was having a bad enough day to where I'm sitting in a bar in Rock Hill, South Carolina at 11:15 a.m. drinking beer and eating chicken wings. And guys, I like beer. I love beer. You guys know this from watching my videos, but I don't love beer so much that I'm drinking at 11:15. It was just that kind of a day. But anyway, my father calls me and asks me, "Hey, me and your mom are going to Maggie Valley, North Carolina for the weekend. Do you and Ashley, my wife, and Ramona want to go?" And there's a lot of times they ask and they offer, and we for some reason can't make it. Something's going on. Either I'm working or she's working, or we can't find a babysitter, or yada, 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 yada. Can't find a dog sitter or something. But this particular day, I'm like, you know what? I need to get the hell out of here. It's been a bad day. I'm sitting here drinking beer at 11:15 a.m. on a Friday. It's not good. I need out of here. In full disclosure with you guys, I have not been any further than an hour from my front door in 2 years. More than 2 years. More than 2 years, because my daughter is almost 3 years old, and the last time we were anywhere was when my wife was pregnant with my daughter. So let's call it 3 years. So that's 3 years without being any more than an hour from my front door. So it's, just hadn't lined up. So we jumped on. I went home, I told my wife, I said, "We got to get out of here. Let's call a couple people. Let's see if we can get somebody to come walk the dog, feed the cats, whatever we got to do. But we got to get out of here. I got to go." So we went up. Not to bore you guys completely, we went up. We had an amazing weekend with my family. They couldn't have called it a better time. Stay up late on Friday night. When we got there, we didn't arrive until like 11:15 on Friday night. It was late, but it still ended up staying up late watching a movie with my family Friday night. Saturday morning, get up, big breakfast, awesome breakfast, nice cup of coffee, nice mountain view, great stuff. Right before we get ready to take my daughter who loves things that roar, anything big and scary and loud and mean by, a normal definition, my daughter loves. My daughter doesn't like the cute and snuggly pink bears. My daughter likes the big brown and black bears that roar. And she likes the alligators that roar. and she likes the sharks, and she likes all of that stuff too, like the big teeth. She loves them, loves them. The scariest versions of them, they don't scare her off. She loves them. And so we take her to the aquarium. She has a blast. She sees the sharks, runs around, sees the rays, the dolphins, and we go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, by the way. In case I haven't disclosed it to you guys, that's where we went to do our Ripley's Aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we go there, and Ramona has a blast. And, we walk into the gift shop. My parents insisted on buying this shirt for all of us. For any of you guys who are familiar with those stupid family stickers on the back of vehicles, and for any of you guys who have them, I'm sorry, I don't mean to insult them, I just don't like them. I think they're silly. You don't have to announce to us how many kids you have. Sorry. But it's basically a couple of bears pointing at it going, hey, look, a menu. And yeah, I thought it was cute. I laughed, and so my parents insisted on buying one for me, my brother, and my sister. My brother and sister weren't there, by the way. I like, okay, I can't talk you out of it, so I'll take one, and I like it. So for any of you guys who have that, I apologize. I really do. It's just not my cup of tea. So, we end up having lunch, hanging around, and as we're walking down the strip, I had remembered walking down the strip in Gatlinburg before and seeing a place that had records in it, in a mall, if you will. And I remembered having records and a shitload of CDs, and I went. So I'm walking by the window, and I'm looking at all the displays, and it's called the Rhythm Section, and it's in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Cool bag, cool logo, cool everything. I'd like to see them adjust some of the media they sell, but they've been open since 1978. But you go in, we walk past the window, and I see the album Jolene by Dolly Parton, which was the one that really caught my attention amongst many others outside the window. And I'm like, ooh, I wonder if that's one they actually have for sale, because they didn't have a price on it or anything. So immediately I walk in and ask, hey, the albums on the glass on the outside, are those for sale or are those for display? They're like, oh no, those are just actual like sleeves that don't even have records on them. They're just, for decoration. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay. Because I figured while I'm in Tennessee, I might as well pay homage to our Southern Queen, the legendary Miss Dolly Parton. But they're like, okay, well, we have other Dolly Parton stuff, and they started walking me to the CDs. I'm like, no, I want the vinyl. Because they have like thousands of CDs. They have a couple hundred records. Something tells me one of these days that direction will shift, you would think. But they're like, okay, well, we have this, and it's just because I'm a woman. Dolly Parton. It's a great album. It is a reissue. It is a music on vinyl reissue on RCA Victor. It's great stuff. I personally really love the album. I've wanted the album for years again, because for a Southern boy like me who's spent so much time in North and South Carolina and East Tennessee in particular, and Dolly Parton is our Southern Queen. So we love Dolly. She can do no wrong in our eyes. So just because I'm a woman, Dolly Parton. I didn't have the album. I was happy to add it. I'd rather have had Jolene, but hey, it is what it is. And while I was in there, I decided to grab something for my daughter, and it's the Coco soundtrack. You guys, if you follow my channel, have seen the videos of Ramona and I dancing to the Trolls soundtrack, because that's all she ever requests. Well, I had her in here last week, and we were getting ready to dance. And right before I said, hey, Ramona, what do you want to listen to? I knew the answer. She said, Coco. And wow. Okay, you sure? Okay, not Trolls? No, Coco. I'm like, well, Ramona, I don't have Coco. And once I threw Trolls on, she was fine. But just the fact that she asked for Coco, she asked for something other than Trolls, blew my mind. So I'm like, okay, I have to get that damn soundtrack now so I can listen to something different. And they had it in there. But I threw Coco and my Dolly Parton record down on the counter, content. That was all I was going to buy. By the way, this store, for any of you guys that don't send any of you guys to the store under false pretenses. Only sells reissued vinyl. All reissued and sealed vinyl, no use. So I don't want to send any of you guys there under false pretenses. But anyway, so I set those up there. And it's before I can even get my money out of my wallet, my dad comes up behind me, clicks that debit card in real quick and buys my records for me. And I'm trying to cancel the purchase. No, don't let him do it. And needless to say, I don't know why I argue against my father. I never win. So I ended up picking out a couple of records that my dad ends up buying for me. Because that's my parents. That's who they are. You go on I'm 34 years old. I go on vacation with my parents to this day. I've made my own money for 20 years. I've, bought a home. I've bought vehicles. I've bought, all kinds of stuff. I've got a daughter that I take care of without any help. But I go out with them. I pay for nothing. That is a rule. I've tried to sneak and buy my dad a beer before from a bar, come back, and then a little while later he'll sneak off and come and buy me two. One to cover the one that I bought him, and one to get ahead of me. There's no winning. Dad insists he won't let me pay for anything. So, there's no winning. I can only ever pay him back at like Father's Day and, birthdays and whatnot. But even then, he'll still manage to come out ahead. Let's just say that. So, good stuff in the rhythm section. While we were there, get this picture in this bag. Sorry guys, I know this video is not organized, but I had some time. Just felt like talking to you guys. Picture, here's the family, Ripley's Aquarium. For you guys, that's my wife in the pink. That's, your boy. Your boy's bearded ass in the very uber sexy Clemson national championship shirt. That's my beautiful mother right beside me. That's my very handsome father holding my very, very tall and beautiful, wonderful Ramona in his hands right next to us at Ripley's Aquarium in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I'll cherish it. I will. And I got some more pictures coming for you guys in the video. I will cherish that. It was a great weekend. It just didn't last long enough. Honestly, that was the only problem. It just didn't last long enough. So today, and this has nothing to do with vinyl, but I just figured you guys might want to know. So today, 2 beer video. Why not? So today, same thing. Everybody kind of slept in a little bit because Saturday was a long day for everybody. But it was a blast, but it was a long day. We get in. Really late. Sunday, this morning, we woke up. All of us slept in till at least 10 a.m. I think. We wake up, we have a little breakfast, we go on a hike. See a waterfall. I'm sure I'll have a couple of pictures for you guys following this. It was great. And after that, Dad wanted to go into Cherokee, North Carolina, to see some animals for my daughter, who again loves things that roar. So there's a place that's got bears and monkeys and lemurs and things of that sort. And so she gets a chance to feed them, and goats, and she has a blast. And then one thing my parents have at their vacation house in the mountains is 2 themes. Number 1, bears. Everything that's decorated is bear. It's bear pictures, it's bear frames, it's bear everything. It's very cool. Anyway, so it's bear stuff, and then you walk down the hallway, and the hallway consists of old-time photos. Now, I don't know if all of you guys will be familiar with all old-time photos, but for those of you who aren't familiar with old-time photos, especially if you're in the South, I don't know because I haven't spent much time in the north, but especially if you're in the south, old time photos are prominent, especially in the mountain area. But you can find those things, those places anywhere. Um, it's amazing. But yeah, especially in these mountain towns, they're everywhere. And my dad and mom both love to decorate the entire hallway of that house with old time photos from, you know, from them, from my brother and his wife, from me and my wife, from my brother and sister, from their kids to our kids. Well, you know, something that had been missing in their eyes was they didn't have any featuring my daughter Ramona. Well, you guys know my daughter Ramona. Obviously, I make it a point to show my beautiful daughter off, but I take her, and I'm just looking at this picture now. Well, the point of the old time photos, for you guys who aren't familiar, is they set up the Wild West, you know, kind of, you know, like mentality and whatnot, as you know, guns and liquor and money and yeah, and wanted posters, and it's neat. It's not, as long as you don't take it too serious, it's neat. But it meant a lot to them. They had to get that up on the wall. So my wife and I agreed to stop in with them, and my daughter stole the show. Like, she had an audience of people looking out and couldn't believe how well she was doing in the pictures. And I could, because I know how photogenic my daughter is. And the ones I'm getting ready to show you aren't all of them, because some of the ones I brought home, and some of them I sent home with my family. But my beautiful girl, wanted dead or alive. Yeah, that's my sweet girl. And next one up, with a bag full of gold dust. My sweet girl. And then I had a couple I just had to bring home framed, because my wife is not the kind of person who cares to be photographed, really. She's just not. So most of the pictures you find, there's a reason why. Most of the time, if you find pictures, there's a reason why most of the pictures I show you guys are me and my daughter, and my daughter and I, and it's because my wife just really doesn't care to be photographed at all. For some reason, she hates it, but there's a reason. She's not being excluded. A lot of times, she's the person behind the camera. But I had to have a couple framed for myself to bring home. And my beautiful daughter, framed for Daddy. Can't wait to hang that up somewhere in here. And that one was of course, of just her. This one's of she and I. And yeah. Yeah. Black Barton, Bell Star. Me and my little superstar Ramona. So I had a great time doing that for my family. My family is, you know, the greatest. Basically, I couldn't be any luckier in my life. I was having a really rough day on Friday. They came through in the clutch. My parents are the greatest. I couldn't ask for two better people ever to have raised me ever in this world. They brought us up. They took care of us. They entertained. They helped us take care of our daughter. They let me and my wife and I, you know, relax. They let us have a good time, you know, which was long overdue. And basically, they're just the shit. Basically, I've never, ever taken it for granted how lucky I am as a 34-year-old man in the United States of America to still have both of my parents together. I've never taken that for granted. My parents are together. They love each other still. They're just as passionate about each other today as they were 35 years ago. And I've never taken that for granted. I'm lucky to have them both still here and still together. And they're the greatest. Man, I couldn't ask for anything better. And I listened especially to some of the stories from some of the people in my fellow vinyl community. And I think even through my contest, it just made me, further realize just how lucky I am. But anyway, they were great, and it was a great weekend, and it wouldn't have happened had my dad not just picked up the phone. Had he decided to just go on up with my mom and not make a call, then I probably end up at home all weekend sulking about my misfortunes with my medications and whatnot. So it ended up being a great weekend, and I'm going to be very tired in the morning because it's coming up probably, I think, on 1 a.m., and I'm still sitting here talking to you guys, and I've got to be up at 5:30. So I'm a dumbass. We've established this, and I will pay for this all day tomorrow. But anyway, I hadn't talked to you guys in a week. Missed you. Missed talking to you. And to Chris, Beth, Tavis, working hard on getting your stuff together, but you guys, and it will be going out soon, and as soon as it gets ready to go out, I will let you know. So, pictures to follow, by the way, of the events of surrounding the weekend and last week's epic dig amongst the vinyl community boys. So, until next time, until next video, keep dropping that into you guys.